the basic premise behind this is we have this AI called trashbot, and the power of trashbot is that it can produce any light novel title that will ever be created by combing through a current database of light novel titles and trying to output what it thinks could actually be a light novel title. So one of the titles it created was I was born as a demon knight, but now I am your maid. I saw this and I thought, I wouldn't read this, but I think it would fit in well with everything else that is on the market right now. It's obviously going to be an isekai, because demon knight, all that kind of stuff. And demon maid, as being someone's maid, really tells me it's got to be a comedy. So the way I envision the story is you have this demon knight, so she's pretty strong and all that stuff, but her demon king has fallen or disappeared. So what she's done is she's wandering around the streets because she can't find a job. She's a demon knight, and then suddenly the main protagonist comes along, and he's a bit of a pervert, a bit of an ass, but like a good guy, has moral values, and he's also kind of rich, so he hires this demon knight. And I have to specify, he hires the demon knight, not as a slave. You know why? Because as a slave, you have this weird slave-master dynamic, and I think it's really, genuinely, I think the people who enjoy that stuff are really weird. So with it being a hiring, you still have that option where the demon knight can leave whenever she wants to, but so she can endure all the weird comedic pranks and perverted stuff, but there's always the option for her to leave. And that could be a big part of the story, where she slowly builds up like a tsundere kind of vibe. So she's not bound to the main character, but she wants to be around him and slowly comes to terms with this feeling that she actually might like him. And whenever he does something completely stupid, she always threatens to leave, or maybe she actually leaves, but then one way or another she ends up coming back. And I think you could write quite a few stories with that. At the very least, it could be a good way to establish the relationship between the two, not just master and slave. Then maybe you could make it so that a demon lord will come back again, and the big overarching arc or the big overarching conflict is the demon knight maid. She gets to choose between staying with her boss, the main protagonist, and all the weird stuff he does, or going back to this demon lord and going back to her old ways. And obviously she chooses to stay with the main character, but then along the way of making the decision, you have all these fun little stories of the main guy being a bit of a pervert, and it could work. It generally could work now that I'm talking about it. It was not a kind of story that I would write, but it has the elements of something that would be interesting. And you could pop in other harem subplots, maybe more than one maid, maybe just like girl next door kind of stuff. But yeah, it could work. Someone else write it. Anyway, if you like what I've made, just like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.